This is the official podcast for the Adelaide Football Club. Welcome. Down the Guts is back. Alongside me is, of course, Dave Burtenshaw, media extraordinaire. Great to have you here, Bert.
Good to have you back, Paddy. It's only taken almost round four.
Round four. We are a little bit late, but that's okay. There's been a few changes on the team this year, though, Bert.
There have been.
Callum is out. Youngie is gone.
Yeah, his performances last year weren't good enough.
No, we had a assessment at the end of the season, and we just felt with the direction that we were heading with the team, he needed to move on. So he's gone. And who have we brought in, Bert? Some massive names.
First of all, Katrina Gill.
Kat is in.
Traded in from the AFL website.
Yep.
Now working for our website.
Forget Dimitro, she's now working for Burtenshaw. How are you, Kat?
Yes, good, thanks, Danger. Good to be on board.
Oh, it's terrific to have you, Kat. And of course, the Jocinator,
Joc O'Connell, Callum Young's replacement here at the club.
Now, we brought him across from St Kilda.
Yeah, but he's originally an Adelaide boy.
He is originally, but he did spend a bit of time at St Kilda last year, so it's great to have Joc on board as well, Bert.
Welcome, Joc.
Thanks, DB. Thanks, Paddy. Good to be a part of Down the Guts in 2012.
No doubt you would have heard this show a few times last year. It's cult status around Australia.
Yes, I was a regular listener, and it's a dream come true, really, to be part of it.
Just the many listeners across Australia. Now, Bert, we do have one other. Well, I'll call him a guest because obviously Joc and Kat will be here every week. But our number one draft pick from 2011, Brad Crouch, joins us. Crouchy, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Danger. Nice to be a part of it today.
Now, before I go on, you won't be playing this week for the Bloods because you've done a hamstring.
Yes, I did a hamstring in last week's Friday night game and found out just today that it'll probably be a bit more lengthy than I thought it'd be, so yeah, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. And then
it's disappointing because we have at the club, every player that plays in the SANFL, they have their highlights running on the in the players' room, Berts. And they've got Crouchy's highlights, and they've got him just before he does a handball. You can see him just tighten up in the leg, and then bang, it looks like someone's just shot him from the grassy knoll, and he's had to feed a handball rather than kicking it.
I was wondering what happened to him because I was looking at the SANFL stats on their app, and Crouchy, I think it must have been quarter time, was up the top 9 in the first quarter, and I thought,
well, stop standard because he's been dominating.
Well, next time I had a look, he wasn't there, and I was going down the list, and he was still on 9. I thought he's either been tagged out the game or he's got injured.
He's been in some very good form, Birds. Been averaging around the 25 disposals a game in his first season at senior level, which is incredibly impressive.
How have you found it, Brett? Obviously playing against men.
I've loved sort of playing against men. I played when I was a young kid. When I was about 16, I played out in the country against men.
With the Crows?
Both with Crows, yeah. So
both the Crows, huh?
Crows come across.
What do they wear?
Kept the socks.
They wear the
socks. I still wear the socks.
Do they wear the Crows jumper or just the socks? What sort of style jumper they got?
So, they're the same one, Crows jumper. So it looks not identical, but there's we've got a bit of a crow in the middle of it that. Bit of a cartoon character there, so
you don't have the hawk that we have?
Nah.
Not that we're having a go at our what do we call it? Our
issue with branding.
Anyway, so you got the socks are the same?
Yeah, exactly same socks. Yeah, so that was all easy. The shorts were a tad different.
So how old were you when you're playing against men?
I was 16 when I first started. My dad coached the side as well. He coached out of both.
So you slipped into the team easy then?
It was tough work to get a gig and then actually stay on the ground at the same time. So it was a bit tough with Dad as coach, but it was good to play against men.
So you wouldn't have trained with Westies too often before the first game?
The first game, especially the practice games, I hardly knew anyone, so I just went out there and just called hands. So
I always found if you're running out into space, rather than yelling mate, because then you're literally telling them I don't know who you are. You're just yelling, whoa! And they just, there's Crouchy, I'll just get him.
Of course, Paddy had a fantastic couple of games there with Westies back in his first year.
Yeah. Still talking about
as well.
Yep. I remember first game. I only played 2s, but my first game I actually played forward, and Brody Smith played on me.
give him a bit of a hiding? Or?
Got the votes.
So gradually you've got more and more used to it in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, well, it was hard early on with not knowing anyone's name, but once I got to know a few sort of boys, and then now I know them pretty well. They're actually a great bunch of fellas out there, so I love going out there now. It's pretty good. They're pretty welcoming.
So now you've got a few weeks of rehab to get stuck into.
Yeah. Well, I've just had the biathlon today that went for an hour with Luke Brown, so that was painful. And I'd say there'd be probably about 6 or 7 of them to come until I can get back out on the track.
For those who don't know what the biathlon is, can you explain to our listeners, Cratchy, what it involves?
It involves 6 5-minute swims to your max, and 6.
So as many laps as you can do in 5 minutes?
5 minutes, yeah, and then you get out. It virtually goes 5-minute swim, and then you get out and do 5 minutes on a Versa, which is where you
pump your arms
virtually on this machine, and
with a couple of handles.
Yeah, and then just go from one to the other for an hour, and by the end of it, your arms aren't there at all.
How do you reckon you go on that, Kat?
I think don't get injured. I don't like the sound of that. If I can stay on the park,
if you can learn one thing out of doing your hamstring, don't get injured.
You're a bit of a dream team guru, Crouchy. You're going to spend the layoff and the hamstring just tapping away at the keyboard.
Yeah. Well, I thought now that I'm injured, my focus turns straight to dream team. So.
I saw this on the website a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we had a bit of a feature with young Crouchy.
Fair income,
but I don't know if his scores are living up to all the hype.
No, they're going alright. They're still. The first round was disappointing. But, Dangerfield sort of been letting me down a little bit.
Is that right? I've been averaging 90.
It's just teasing, isn't it?
He's averaging on 90, but I'm waiting for him to score something like 140, 150.
Going up in value, but needs a big one against the Suns.
Yeah.
Well, not the Suns.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that feedback on board. Who's been your pick of the crop so far, Crouchy?
In Dream Team wise?
Yeah, Dream Team.
Oh, Gary Ablett. I'd love to pay. I'd pay triple his money at the moment to have him inside.
I've got another one for you. Scott Selwood. He's been in very good form.
Yeah.
Bendigo Pioneer boy from the TLC Cup.
Probably needed to be on him 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Well, that's the thing. He's gone up by about 40 grand, Bert. So
he's priced to be very high now, but he tackles a lot as well. And
now, we obviously play the GWS this week, and there's plenty of bargains to be had in the GWS outfit because there's a lot of quality players in there. Who do we have to look out for this week? Not necessarily Dream Team-wise, but we're playing them. Who do we have to be wary of?
Most of these kids you would have played against most of them.
I reckon Dylan Shield and Devon Smith are the two sort of main ones. I've seen them play.
Geelong Falcon boy Devon Smith from the factory.
Just waiting for that.
Geelong Falcons factory.
As if that was not going to come up at some stage.
Dual position, I think, as well. Is he mid forward?
He's handy in Dream Team as well. So I know Shield he was injured late, sort of in the pre-season, so he's done pretty well to play a few games, and he had 28 touches last week, I've seen. So.
In some form.
Watch him there in this.
What about the tackling machine Townsend?
Yeah.
Have you seen the footage of him, Bert?
No, I haven't yet.
Comes off the square and just smashes blokes, yeah.
Who was the 1989 grand final? Who came off the square and knocked out Burton?
That was Graham Yates, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. A similar thing happened on the weekend because Townsend, he is a very, very good tackler, so he's one to watch out.
And the other one, boys, big Chadwick Corns. Looking forward to lining up on him again.
Well, he's been in some form as well, Joc. He's been not too bad. Yeah, around that half-back line, dropping off and not really picking up anyone, but no, he's been in some very good form, Chad, which is good to see.
And there's the person we can't talk about as well.
Well, can we talk about him?
I'm not sure.
Can we talk about him?
Probably should have had a podcast meeting before this session to discuss
because Phil obviously was on board last
co-host.
year. And I want to take you back to round 11.
You got it.
We were talking about these expansion sides, and I said, what about Phil Davis?
Yep.
Sitting alongside me.
Officially, you got the scoop.
And Bert, you cast it aside.
We cast it aside because it was pretty obvious that something might be happening. Because his reaction was, well,
he sort of brushed it off, and I was,
sort of.
Call me Damien Barrett, call me Hutchie, Crop Media.
Yes, but that piece of recording didn't make it to the air, unfortunately. But
no, it hasn't. It's unfortunate, Bert.
But Phil will be running around in defence. I reckon he'll get a bit of a welcome from a few fans. maybe a couple of players as well, Paddy.
Yes. Well, I spoke to him last night and I said, are you looking forward to coming home? And he said, yep. I said, well, you should.
Who will he go to? Tex or?
I reckon he'll go to Tibbet. Yep. I reckon, he's generally taken the number one key forward, so I would assume that he'd line up on Tippo and then
Tippo the King 7?
and then the beard will probably line up on Tex. Do you know who the beard is, Crouchy?
It's what's his name, Moa or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Another mature age recruit. VFL.
He's alright, isn't
He's
he?
pretty good, the beard.
Yeah.
Best and fairest winner at Casey, I think
Pretty
it was.
solid, yeah.
Calls himself Homer Simpson or something, apparently.
Does he?
Yeah.
There's some true wine. No.
Oh, he just likes the Simpsons. And
Okay.
Why not?
Now, Bert,
Yes, mate.
Phil's not here.
No, he's not.
He's not here. Kat, he's not here. He's not in the
He's
room.
definitely not here, no.
Is there a way we can get him in the room?
I only know one way.
I reckon you might have P. Davis in your.
I do have him in my phone. I reckon
Do you know how to do speaker?
I can put it on speakerphone, and you never know.
This
Hang on.
could go anywhere.
You never know. He might pick up.
is he training?
I think they finished at 11:30.
Better hold
morning,
it close to the
so-
mic just in case. This could be fantastic.
Okay.
Here we go. Phil Davis. Let that ring.
Come on, Phil, pick up.
He's nervous.
Yeah. Must be getting a massage, I think, Paddy. Where's his answering machine?
I think we should leave him a
Oh, yeah.
message.
Well,
Hi, you've called Phil. Sorry, Mr. Call. If you leave your name or number, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Please leave a detailed message after the tone. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Phil, Paddy here. Just giving you a buzz and welcoming you to the People's Podcast for 2012, Bert. We couldn't get on to Phil, but we should leave him a message.
just his voice brings tears to my eyes.
Disappointed you're not here, mate. Thinking of you as always, and we'll catch you Saturday. Oh, I'm spilling Bert to the close.
Backfired a little bit.
That's about as much hosting as he actually did last year in the end, isn't it?
Well, he was
A few
bloody
words and
useless.
then...
Yeah. You know. When did he leave? Round 10? Something like
Now,
that.
Paddy, I'm not sure if you're on Twitter at the moment, which is a big surprise considering if I went through a few tapes from last year, I reckon at one stage you said, I will never, ever be on Twitter.
I did.
And of course, in the space of 30 seconds at 5AA launch, you got on Twitter.
Yes, I was at the 5AA launch, and Sammy Jacobs, I was there with him, and he convinced me, along with Sando, who is now the official tweet guru, absolutely loves his Twitter
Spends a
account.
bit of time on there.
Domination.
Doesn't he? Because there's some great people to interact with on Twitter, Jock. There's some
There can be.
there's some very interesting. You know, you can't obviously read them all out because
But
of some.
talking about interaction, yesterday we put up a little tweet asking for some questions for Paddy.
I know, I saw this because I was looking on my account and I hashtag Ask Danger and I'm like,
Yeah.
Struth.
Did you send a question? You could have
No.
done that. No, but
No, I did get a-
Katrina's got a few of the better ones here, I think.
It's fair to say we were inundated, as expected, with when the great man is offering to answer some questions. There's
But when Bert's is offering me to answer
Offering
some
you up.
questions.
Brooke Wilkinson, a KT Lover 4. Interesting one there. Danger, are you still wearing your impressive leather jacket during the podcasts this year?
I saw it, Bert's. When did I wear this leather jacket?
You came in here like a rock star, I don't know, early in the season, and Phil Davis wouldn't let it go. He just kept on talking about it.
Unfortunately,
You
who
look
was
like
it?
Bono. You just, you know,
Brooke.
Unfortunately, Brooke, yes, the weather isn't quite conducive to leather jackets at the moment. But when
you
it
got-
does
so you
come
got
in,
the,
Kat,
so-
I'll be on it.
You'd
you got
have,
the Rick Curl T-shirt on today.
Yeah.
you'd have a leather jacket in the closet there, Crouchy.
I reckon I had one, but they went out of fashion when I was about 13.
Crouchy,
Crouchy.
this
They're
is where you're wrong. They are, Kat, they're well and truly back, aren't they?
They are back. I've got one. So
Okay.
maybe
If Kat's
Well, I
got one, they're in. Okay, next time it's cold, Kat and I will bring our matching, and we'll take a picture and we'll Twitter it.
Okay.
We'll tweet it.
Or Twitter it. Yeah.
We'll Twitter it. So that's how
it's not a word.
that's how well I know
Okay.
Twitter.
Next.
This one from Stu Herban, I'm not quite sure about it. If you could be any type of warm-blooded mammal, what would you be?
I've grown up with Stu Herman my whole life. And I've got 3 best friends that are always on Twitter. He's an idiot. Stu, I would be a blue whale.
Blue whale.
I don't think that needs to follow up. Let's move on.
Any more questions from people who don't know?
Stu, please stop.
Do you know Louise Gershwitz? Because she wants to know if you go out with her friend, which I don't think your girlfriend Marty would be that impressed with.
No, Marty wouldn't be happy with that. So that probably won't be happening, I'd say, Kat.
Is Tyron Norman one of your friends as well? Because he would like to know, did you fail to kick a goal after the siren in an under-14 semi-final to win Anglesey the game?
Well, if you look and you keep following that conversation on Twitter, Kat, you notice I said, well, it was in the last quarter.
Have you already replied to these?
Well, that one I had because Ty's a pest. And no, his old man will attest to that. And it was in the last quarter, and I said, well, I was sick of carrying 70 other Anglesey players, and I was a little bit tired. But that is true. I did. I may have missed that goal.
The oddie was you weren't going to answer these questions on Twitter yourself. You're going to come in here and do it.
Well, if you keep bringing up people I've grown up with, it's an issue because I just get sick of them posting on my Twitter account.
Maybe we'll be more specific next week. Someone who doesn't know Paddy, ask him a question.
That's not many people. But
I got a really bizarre one actually. I'm not sure if I can read it out.
I'm a bit worried about you on Twitter.
Well, it's from Remy someone. It says, the amazing moment when you walk past at Dangerfield 32 house and see him home on the couch in only his jocks. Wow. There's a problem with that, Bert.
There's a lot wrong with that.
Well, there is. Simply for the fact that I have a 2-story house and my lounge room doesn't face the street. So unless she's over my
backyard, up on the neighbour's roof, just having a look through.
Well, there is a lounge room that does face the street, but that's Sammy Martin and Will Young's house. So I think they're looking at the wrong person, Jock.
Oh dear. This is a very valid question from Big Dan 82. Why did Paddy decide to cut his mullet over the summer? Could have given Tex Walker a run for his money.
That was certainly feedback from Katrina Gill saying, well, I'm not sure about this hairstyle. And Kat, I remember you saying that.
So it was a legitimate concern.
On mullets?
It was just the pony. Actually, it was just the pony.
Well, on mullets,
yes, well, there.
What do you think of Taylor Walker's at the moment? It's getting worse.
I'm just a bit envious of Big Ivan Marriage.
He looks fantastic.
Another former Crow there, rocking the mullet.
Have you seen? They're on Twitter. The AFL memes. You know, there's pictures and there's text accompanying them. Well, there's one of the fight between Richmond and is it Carlton or Collingwood? Anyway, there's 2 groups of people fighting, and there's Ivan in the middle, and no one is nearing him. And it's got the text that accompanies it: "Never fight a man with a mullet." And I thought it was fantastic. And you just see Ivan in the middle, and no one is going within 5 or 6 metres of him.
This is another good one. Carbon copy. Does your mum ever ask you to play smarter? I'm not sure smarter is the word, but attack the ball less ferociously? I love it, but I get nervous watching Paddy play.
Definitely not. Definitely not, Kat. No. She always... No, Mum's very, very supportive. She just asked me why I don't get more of the ball. Actually, if you ask anyone...
She's in Dream Team as well.
Yeah. If you ask anyone's mum, their opinion is always the same. Why don't they kick it to my son more often? But no, certainly not.
And we have been talking about Phil Davis, the defector, one might call him. Will Patrick remain loyal to the AFC and down the guts, unlike Phil Davis won?
Oh, I was just going to say, is that from Phil Davis?
No, this is from Henry DeCure, so thank you, Henry. Put the heat on.
Oh, jeez, thanks, Henry. Well, the season's just started, Kat, so there's still a lot of water to go under the bridge just yet. But certainly, if we can get a few followers with our podcast, Berts, it'll be hard to leave.
If we can go from cult status to something else.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. So we won't be
now that you're on Twitter, now that you're on Twitter, you can spread the word.
Well, maybe we can.
How many followers you got now?
I don't know how to work this very well.
Yeah, I've noticed.
1,330.
Okay,
Whoa.
so Sando's still...
If I can stretch it, come on, get around me. I know I don't tweet a huge amount.
Dangerfield 32.
I'm about quality at Dangerfield 32.
Well, Paddy, time to wind up, I reckon.
Yeah, we've We may have gone a little bit over today, Bert.
What a surprise!
Well, we haven't been around. We've missed the first round, which is disappointing. But we'll be back on a weekly basis, Bert. And Crouchy, thanks for joining us. Cat and Joc, we'll be here every week, and hopefully we can win it this week, Bert.
Last week was a bit disappointing after a pretty nice start to the year with all those wins.
It was, and certainly the coaches have brought up a few things we need to work on, just need to tinker with a little bit, but I'm sure the boys can respond this week.
All right. Well, thanks, Paddy, for actually getting in here and doing the podcast and getting it rolling. Thanks, Brad, for joining us.
Good luck in Dream Team, Crouchy.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck with the rehab as well, mate. And fans, hopefully we'll see you at the game on the
game on Saturday
night.
Tune in next week. We'll be back.
Thanks for listening to the official podcast of the Adelaide Football Club.